To create a new video in Microsoft Clipchamp, there's a couple different ways we can go about it. First up, at the top of our home screen, we have the option to create a new video and start from scratch. We also can choose from any of the templates, which we will go over in a later video, so I'm not going to spend too much time on those right now. And then we also can scroll down to the bottom where we can see the option to create a new video. And if we scroll down, you'll see at the upper right-hand part of our screen, this create a video button has now surfaced, and it'll go when we scroll up to the top, but that'll appear there. And we can click on that to create a new video. So when we create a new video, it's just going to start from scratch, which means we won't have anything in our timeline as well as anything in our media section. Now, while we're in here, let's talk a bit about just the basic navigation inside of our timeline. So right now, by default, you'll always be clicked into the Your Media tab. This is where you can have any media that will be going into the project. So whether that's videos, pictures, music, audio, that'll all live in this Import Media section. It'll live in this media, or sorry, not import, Your Media section. This is also where you can import media, whether that's from your device itself or from your OneDrive account. You can upload into here. Now next we have Record and Create. Now this is the section where you can record your screen actually in a couple different ways. You're able to record your screen and camera at the same time. So if you happen to be making a video, say if you're trying to show some colleagues how to do something specific, maybe on like an intranet site, and you want to give them the specific steps, you're able to actually record your screen and have your camera recorded at the same time. You can record just your camera, you can record just your screen, audio, and you can even create text-to-speech using Clipchamp's like AI voices, which actually they're not too bad. They're not too robotic sounding. Next, moving on, we have our content library. This is where we can add in specific shapes, maybe some stickers, other types of like content, annotations, videos. These are just things that that exist within the Clipchamp sphere that you can add into our timeline or add to your videos to make them more visually appealing. Now next, I know I mentioned templates earlier. So if you happen to open up a blank project and you're like, oh man, I wanted to use a template, you actually can grab those templates directly from the navigation bar on the left-hand side here. So you can grab templates and be able to import that right in to get to work. Next, we have the text section. This is where if you wanted to, add in like a title to your video, this is where you can grab any of those text styles and add them to our timeline to add them to our video. Next, we have transitions. So transitions are important if you are transitioning between clips and you want to have something be kind of smooth. This is where you can add in those transitions. Similar to what we'd see in like PowerPoint, it's very similar. You can add in different like transitions to your videos. And then the last section is we have our brand kit. So we're able to add in logos, colors, fonts, or you can even upload a brand kit that you have that already exists. So if your company, organization uses something specific or has a specific set of colors, this is where you can add those in here. Now moving on to the center, this is what we call our timeline down at the bottom. The timeline is where we will be living this entire course. So the timeline is really how we get our videos to look the way we want, how we can adjust things the way that we want. So we'll get very familiar with that timeline. Now this blank screen up here, this is where we will see like a preview of what we're working on. It's blank right now because I have no media in my timeline. And then up at the top, we can adjust our size. So you can choose the size, so wide for like YouTube and streaming, vertical for Instagram, Reels, and TikTok, and you even have a square for Instagram posts. And then they also have four different types at the bottom that are just like other versions, like a classic, social, cinema, and portrait. But these aspect ratios can help you, especially when you're exporting things, if you're using something for social media. That can be super important. We also can select the background color, so if you don't want it to be the dark, you can also make it white or purple, whatever you really want to do there. You can choose those. Now up at the top here, obviously there's nothing in my timeline, but once we have some media down here, the export button will show, and we'll talk more about exporting later. We have the feedback, suggestions, the help button, and then as well as our own icon to access our settings again.